Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and this is the energy update for the full moon in Capricorn, which is on Friday, the 25th of June, 2021. I hope you're doing well. I've got a live show 3 times a week live here on YouTube. It's called Psychic Cafe. Would love to see you in there. And I also offer private readings from my website, BeHealing.com, as well. And there's a special full moon reading, private reading available for a reduced price. There's a limited amount of those, so you can find those on my website, BeHealing.com. If you're lucky enough to get one of those, you can get them. They're 100 Australian dollars instead of 160, so it's quite a significant saving there. But as I said, they are very limited in numbers because my time's limited. So let's find out what this full moon energy is all about for everybody. This is for the collective. It's for all signs. Find a place to withdraw to. Oh, it's one of those full moons, is it? Hide, run, hide. So there could be some crazies going on, you know, one of those full moons where it all gets a little bit crazy. Sounds like it to me. Let's get some more cards out, find out more about it. Freedom. Yeah, so you might need to back off from things this full moon. Seek your freedom. I mean, yeah, exactly what I said, back off from things. So if something's going down, if there's something that you're not agreeing with, don't go along with peer pressure. Just do your own thing, back off, find a place to withdraw to, withdraw your energy, don't be a part of it. Don't be a part of the fray. Let's get some tarot out and find out more about these energies. So full moon in Capricorn, according to these cards here, the moon cards, we've got end of a tough cycle approaches. So it could be like the day or around this time, of course, because these full moon energies, they tend to impact us like 3 days before, 3 days after as well. Some of them anyway, the more powerful ones. So end of a tough cycle approaching. So it could be this backing off from something, not getting involved in stuff anymore. It could be this full moon is when you realize you don't need to be a part in it, you know, not your circus, not your monkeys, that kind of thing. You don't need to argue or try and fix something, or just, you don't need to be involved in it anymore. You can just back off from it and put your energy toward more interesting stuff. Some, you know, more positive things for you in your life. We can get into these cycles sometimes where we start, it's like clearing up masses, you know, constantly putting out fires or constantly clearing up masses instead, and it just takes up all of our energy and it keeps us just like mopping up the past instead of focusing on what it is that we want, turning in that direction and then doing something great for ourselves. So feeling like that to me, let's get some tarot out. Woo, 2 of Cups to start things off. Could be about your love life today. That's a significant love offer. I'm going to get some clarifiers out for all of these though before I start talking about that. 5 of Swords, chaos and conflict. Yep, I was feeling it. Often happens, you know, the energies are accentuated about letting go for the full moon. And a lot of people don't like to let go. They like to be holding on to stuff like this, onto people, onto friends, onto their patterns. Their egos are like, don't let go. And so when this full moon energy, when we get a strong one like this, when it hits, people are even more clinging on, you know. 8 of Cups instead of walking away. So you might need to walk away because of that. Now, I'm not just saying that everyone else is clinging on and you're not. You might feel like inside of yourself as well that your ego wants to just hold on, be tenacious, like stay and fight them, or stay and try and heal that thing, that kind of thing. Might not be the best to do that, you know. What's this 2 of Cups about then? The 8 of Voices, feeling trapped by it. So 2 of Cups, love offer or some kind of a partnership. This could be an ex, it could be a current person, someone that you're feeling trapped, bound to. It could be someone that you think is your twin flame or your soulmate. You're feeling bound in some way. An ex you just can't seem to let go of. You're clinging on tight. White knuckle ride experience kind of thing. Can't seem to let go of them. Why? What stories are you making up about that? Twin flame one is a good story, isn't it? I'm being facetious when I say that. It's not a good story. That story keeps people in dysfunctional relationships way beyond the sell by date, the use by date. What other stories are you telling yourself about this? I know for me, like, there's a past relationship, an ex. We're still very close. Like, we can't have a relationship because, well, we're on completely different pages, but the love is there for sure. It's very strong. We're still very close, but I just can't go there. Do you know what I mean? I can't go there. It's not what we want. It's not what either of us want. And that kind of thing can be hard to let go of, you know? So that could be what this full moon is asking you to do, is to let go. Let's find out what's behind that. So what's behind this unbinding ourselves from a love relationship, or the idea of a love relationship? It could just be about your ideas about love relationships too. You might have set a certain kind of a standard for yourself, which is causing you not to get into any kind of relationships. Now, I'm not talking about I'm not talking about lowering your standards or anything like that, but there might be a story that you're telling yourself that's keeping you bound to being alone, like a story like, all the good ones are taken, all the nice ones are gay. But there can be all kinds of stories. I know I can't go through them all, but stories that are binding you. Self-love is behind that. So you gotta love yourself first. Yeah, you gotta love yourself. Do the self-loving thing. Is it self-loving to stick around waiting for this person that you're not getting anything from? Is it self-loving to stick to that story that has you that has you bound? It's not self-loving, is it? To stick to a story that you're telling yourself that has you bound to something that isn't happening for you, or isn't working for you, isn't being loving towards you. So this full moon, the end of a tough cycle approaches. Let's leave you up there. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Maybe you've had a tough cycle in your relationships, whether you've been single for ages, whether you've been incorrectly committing to someone who you're telling a story about, like you're giving them a label which isn't necessarily true. Whatever's been binding you to either being single or holding out to someone, or holding on to someone that you're in a relationship with, it could be that for someone. For some people, you could be in like a relationship that you don't really, or you shouldn't, isn't that good for you. Let's put it that way. Rather than you shouldn't really be in, because let's not jump to those conclusions, because we get lessons from all relationships. We learn about ourselves, you know. Whatever it is, there's some freedom to be sought here. Setting yourself free. In relationship, free to have good relationships, healthy ones, loving, nurturing, safe spaces, you know. I was talking about a little bit about it in Psychic Cafe this morning as well, about what relationships and home should be, you know, that soft place, that nurturing place, that not the place that's full of chaos and conflict and tricky, and that's not relationships and what home should be like. Five of Swords. So there's a lot of chaos and conflict around at the moment. Knight of Materials. Take it slowly, one step in front of the other, to get yourself out of that chaos and conflict. So whether you're experiencing this yourself, or whether other people around you are experiencing it and you're having to back off from them because of it, take it slowly, whatever it is. So this full moon seems to be asking for change, for you to get yourself out of those choppy waters. Interesting. I wonder if that card will come out. But to get yourself out of that chaos and conflict, to make better self-loving decisions for yourself so that you can get yourself out of that. Self-loving decisions, a change in it. So it could be that you need to drop some beliefs, some stories that you've got this full moon that are keeping in you, that in situations, relationships, patterns of your mind, it could be, that just aren't loving towards you. Because you deserve love, and you deserve it now. What's behind this? Five of Swords and the Knight of Materials. Home. Chaos in the home, like I said. Relationships and home now we've got. I need to put the fan on. Whoops. Yeah, chaos in relationships and home. So new decisions that need to be made there. So think about it. What should home and should relationship and should love be like? Write down what those to you should be, and if there's not a match there, like nurturing, like a safe place, like encouraging, things like that. Now, we're not saying that every relationship will be that all the time, that there won't be any challenges or anything, or that your home life will always be, you know, all smooth and and encouraging all the time, but you at least need to know, like, generally what it should be, and if it's not that, if it's more the opposite of that, to get out of there and make different decisions. We need to know that. Yeah, we need to get clarity on that, because a lot of us have been brought up in households, brought up in families, brought up with relationships around us that are not that. There are a lot of chaos and conflict, and we've kind of got used to it. And then it flies under the radar. We don't even notice it because it seems normal to us, right? So, Eight of Cups, walking away, getting out of there. Three of Voices, so you're not breaking your heart anymore. Walking away from those things that break your heart. I mean, it should go without saying, right? But we don't. We stay in there. We try and fix it. We try and put it right. We try and sort it out, Instead of walking away from it, we think, no, I should be able to fix this. I should be able to. But why? You're not God. You're not Source. You're part of it, yeah, but you're not here to clean up those masses. It's time to stop fighting fires and cleaning up masses and head out there. The Eight of Cups isn't just about walking away. She's walking toward better things, better days, the sunrise there. Claiming your life for yourself, knowing it's yours to live. Abundance is behind this. So walking toward your abundance, walking toward what would be better for you. And it could be like a turnaround today. I've going like, that's it. I'm not going to continually be around these chaos, conflict kind of people, always choosing drama, always causing problems, and be mopping that stuff up and fighting those fires. I'm going to walk away and have a nice life for myself and choose abundance and get focused on doing something better. Because that's a great example to all of those people anyway, that you are leaving behind. Wow, so yeah, it could be a confronting full moon with these energies, for sure. Unless you've been doing this stuff in your life all the time, So you've got past life relationship and make the effort here in our love life. And so this could be what's keeping you stuck, is that you have past life relationships with them. And what if you've had a past life relationship with them and you chose to come into this life to teach each other a lesson, not to be with each other, but to teach each other a lesson. So I'll come into your life and I'll cause a heap of chaos and conflict for you to get it and walk away from me this time. What if that's the case? And there you are making the effort and staying in there and trying to fix it each time because it's like, oh, but I feel a strong connection with them, or they're my family, or but I love them. Doesn't mean that you should stay there. If it's not loving towards you, you don't need to stay there. We're here learning lessons, right, on our life path. There's no shoulds. There's no, I have to be with this person because I've got a connection with them. So just check the effort that you're making and whether it's useful. Is your effort self-loving or is it more self-defeating? Let's find out more about that. So as I was saying before those cards came out, if you are already doing this self-love stuff, if you are already checking yourself in all of these situations and walking away from those things, choosing really well for yourself, then this, of course, this energy is going to affect you less than it affects other people. But it's important to be aware of it, because I'm already doing this stuff anyway, but it's good to be aware of it because other people are going to be triggered, especially people that aren't doing this stuff already. They're going to be the most triggered. They're going to be the ones that are most in this chaos and conflict because of this full moon. Good to know, right? Show the world the real you here, the real you. What are you really about? Are you the janitor, the cleaner? Are you the one that mops up everyone else's problems, the ones that deals with everyone else's chaos and conflict? Or are you here to do something much more important than that and head out in new directions like this? Create new things in the world, better way of being. Or are you here just to keep on mopping up after the old stuff? Or you're here to get involved in all of that old stuff, mop it up for a while and go, what am I doing? I'm here to do better things than that. Let's create a new way. I've got this information now that I've lived in my life. It doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve me. It's not serving anyone to stay out in all that chaos. What's a better way now? I'm going to go out and live that first and show people the way, be a leader. show people the way. Not teach them, not drag them along behind you, but do it for yourself, and then you'll be in a place of leadership. It's the only way I can do these readings in the way that I do them is that I've done it for myself. I'm not teaching anything that I've not done myself here. Show the world the real you. Who are you? What are you here for? Time to get deeper into that. Why are you here? What is your purpose? It sure isn't to mop up everyone else's problems, chaos and conflict. Tolerance. What have you been tolerating? What shouldn't you be tolerating anymore? Present. Be present in the now. Yeah, I think there could be some beliefs. Just because someone's been in your life for a long time, just because someone seems to or feels like they've had a presence in your past lives, just because you feel like you've got a connection with them, just because they're in your family, it could be for some of you, doesn't mean that in this present moment they're good for you and that they should have a place in your life. It's not true. So try and be in the present moment and do what's best for you. And that sounds incredibly selfish, but you have to be to lead the way. You have to be to lead the way. You have to be selfish enough to do the self-loving thing. No one's going to do it for you. No one's going to hand you that on a plate, because it's the hardest thing to do is the self-loving thing. Yeah, it's never going to be handed to you. That's why it's called self-love, not from someone else. Not enough. Frustrated in relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fear, ego issues, jealousy. Not enough. Never enough. Is it never enough for you? Well, leave it behind then. It's not enough for you. It's not loving. It's not self-loving. It's not loving. It's not any of the good stuff that relationships should be then. Talking romantic relationships, family relationships, friendships, work relationships, any kind of relationship. As soon as you have any kind of eye contact or speaking to someone or any part in someone's life, that's a relationship is formed there. You're relating to them in some way. To any kind of relationships. What have you been tolerating? What's been frustrating you? It's going to blow up. It's going to blow up this full moon. Yay! Fair woman. Great passion. Yes, there's going to be a lot of passion around for sure. And a lot of points of view, I would say, a lot of people. But you should be doing this. You know, there could be a lot of judgment thrown around this full moon. Fair woman. Wonder why she's come out. Is that you? It's me. Could be dealings or relationship with a woman with blonde, grey, or white hair there. Let's find out about this fair woman. Why have you given us the fair woman here? What's she got to do with anything? Yoke. Feeling tied down or frustrated. There's that frustration again, right? Great happiness. It needs to be chosen. You need to choose that for yourself. Like I said, it's not going to be handed to you on a platter. It needs to come from self-love. It always has to come. And self-love is the trickiest option. It takes the most courage to do that. It never comes easy. Honor and respect will come to you eventually from making the decisions. First of all, chaos and conflict will come to you as people battle against you and tell you you're doing the wrong thing, and you'll be criticized for it at first. You won't be applauded for it at first. You will down the line, once you've done that, once you've followed that path and got to that sunshine, then people will notice, oh, maybe you did do the right thing after all. Don't expect them to say that as you're heading along the way there. A stubborn, aggressive person, watch out. It's going to be one of those crazy full moons. Seek out information that will help you. Interesting. So learn. It's a good time for learning. This full moon. Maybe learning about relationships or learning about sleep at the moment. It's so interesting. And the brain. What about the brain? Used to be a neurotherapist. Brain specialist. I've done a lot of things in my time. Okay, so let's get some more cards out. What else are we getting? I feel like there's something else. These. Tell us more about the energies. Okay, I'll take them more. Starting out with Anima Mundi, so you're manifesting. You got to take control of what it is that you're manifesting here. You can't just go willy-nilly, being pushed around by everyone else, staying in the places that aren't serving you. That is not going to manifest you what it is that you want. There's a lot of like wake up and set off in this direction. What you came here to do, you know? Stop cleaning up those messes with everyone else and get on with manifesting what you came here to do. The maiden, because you're in this youthful kind of an energy. The maiden, the one that's pregnant, you know, the one that's going to give birth to something new. And so, how can you give birth to something new? Well, just by getting on with your path and moving away from those old things there. The venom. Other people, yeah, criticism, judgment, all the stuff, the venom that comes with it happens to absolutely everyone. Whenever you set a foot on a new journey, there's going to be all those people there. They feel the disconnection. That's what it is. Human beings, we like connection. We're like, you know, when you meet someone new and you've got something in common, you're like, oh yeah, me too. And we love that, don't we? Connection. What about disconnection? When someone points out that the color of our skin is different and they don't like us for it, and that we feel that disconnection, it doesn't feel good. That's a natural human being thing. So when you're headed in a new direction, you're changing your energy. People don't like that at all. That's when the venom comes out. It's okay. It's a natural human reaction. It doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong, and it doesn't mean that they're bad. They're just being human. We do it. We all do it. We all don't like disconnection, and we like connection. It's a natural thing. So don't be too hard on those people that are criticizing you. Don't take it on. I mean, don't listen to it and go, oh, this is a reflection of me. I'm doing the wrong thing. I better stop now and go back to what I was doing before. Don't do that. But also, don't take it personally. I mean, to them kind of thing. It doesn't make them toxic or bad people. It just makes them human beings, and that's okay. The offering here, but you could be offered something new. What I'm getting from this is if you do head in this new direction, if you're really solid in this energy, if you are really solid in this energy, you've been practicing this stuff before, it's just another test along the way. And if you keep on heading in that new direction, then there could be very quickly something offered to you by the universe, like that next step along the way, some kind of a leg up kind of thing. So rapid fire kind of energy with this one, with this full moon. It's almost an energy like, are you locking that answer in now? Like, are you sure you're headed in this new direction? Because if you are, here's a gift to help you in that new direction. I like it. Think of a yes or no answer question, because I've got a red and a green crystal in this bag. I'm going to pick one of them out. If I pick the green one out, it means yes, go for it. If I pick the red one out, it means no, don't do it. So think of that question while I get out some guidance. How best to deal with these energies? I would say to make strong decisions. I would say, yeah, sure, withdraw. I mean, you might need to do that. Withdraw. I guess it's good advice. What else? Guidance. How best can we deal with these energies of this full moon? Come along to my Facebook group as well. It's called Psychic Cafe. No muggles allowed. Would love to see you in there too. The Three of Swords, the heartbreak card. So be aware of what's breaking your heart. Maybe you're just so used to your heart being broken all the time that you just kind of keep on taking it and you're not really feeling it, you know, numbing yourself out. Don't numb yourself out. This is not a full moon to get drunk or take drugs and numb yourself out or overeat. All those things that you do to numb out and not feel this heartbreak. Feel the heartbreak. Any kind of a negative emotion is such important guidance. It's telling us to move away from that thing, make a new decision. It's not saying put a smile on your face and numb out to it, suck it up and ignore it. That is missing your guidance completely. So don't miss your guidance there. That's the problem, right? With these numbing things that we do, addictions and stuff like that, is that it causes us to bypass our guidance systems. Not listen. It's kind of self-loving in a way when we've got overwhelmingly bad stuff around us. It's like if you're having surgery, have an anesthetic, sure. Numbing is good when it's intense. And so those addictions, they do have a place. But when you get to a certain point, and especially if you're watching me, you will have got to a certain point of self-awareness and of healing yourself, hopefully, that you don't need that anymore, and it's better that you don't do that anymore. Six of Wands, advancement and recognition. Advance. Go ahead now toward that doorway. Advance and recognition. You will get that recognition. How was that? Honor and respect will come to you, this crown. So seek out that new path and advance forward. Don't stay stuck where you are now. So think of your yes or no answer question now. Pause this video if you're not ready. Your answer is yes. It's a yes. It's a go for it. There you go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video. Click that subscription button along with that notification bell to hear more from me. Have the best full moon ever. Be careful out there. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.